Ladies and gentlemen,
Wow.
welcome. We are here. I know we've been gone for a couple weeks. Sorry. Wi-Fi is crap. People leaving. It's been all over the place. But we are back. We're here. And we're back with some predictions. I think the last episode was literally predictions for SummerSlam, and now we're back for more
Yeah.
predictions. But this time
Coming in hot.
not for WWE, but for All Elite Wrestling. So
Yes.
we're gonna have a watch party Sunday. Your boy Chance is gonna take over. He's gonna have a blast with
I'm
that.
very
He
excited.
Yep.
Yes.
Join him in the chat, talk to him. Like, yo, we're all gonna be in there having fun. I won't be able to attend, unfortunately, but it's gonna be a blast. My guy's gonna absolutely kill it. So, Chance, what you got to say?
Absolutely. I'm gonna do my best, man. I'm excited to watch some AEW. The matches feel kind of like GM mode this year. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's gonna
they
be
do. I
interesting.
think that's what somebody
I
said on
mean, it's
Twitter.
kind
Somebody
of
was
just
like,
thrown together.
yeah, somebody on Twitter
I
was
don't know.
like that. Like, it feels like it was like GM mode. Like they just
Yeah,
threw it
like
all
I'm
together.
I'm excited for this card because AEW delivers fantastic wrestling, right? And at the end of the day, like it's almost not about the plot sometimes. W, but
Yeah,
I'm interested to see where it goes. This prediction video is going to be a little all over the place, in my opinion,
it is.
because quite frankly, there's not a lot to base stuff off of.
Nope.
There's a few big key ones. I have a decent understanding of
Yeah,
AEW enough for it to work. But everything else, man, yeah, I have no idea. This
yeah,
is going to be interesting because I got to come in hot after losing
yeah.
last time in this predictions,
We still
which
got
was
to
a
get
little
you the one
a little
chip. Yo.
unfortunate. Yeah, yeah, 100%. Which
Yeah.
is just very upsetting. So, I got to be establish myself as like the AEW guy, right? So like,
That's
I don't
true.
know, man. This is gonna be difficult. So, I mean, I'm very excited to get through the card, man. Like,
So,
I think even with the pre-show, man, like
yeah.
coming in hot.
So, because you are, excuse me, you are more familiar with AEW and you know way more than I do, Chance, you are going to host this episode of the predictions.
Ooh,
So, you start
I'm
off,
excited.
you go from there, and then we'll go
All
one
right.
by one, and then we will go with the predictions. I'm going to get my ass whooped. So, as you all know, I'm not. I mean, I watch AEW occasionally, but I'm not like how I am with WWE. So I'm gonna probably like be like 0-30. So we'll see. But Chance, take it away, my guy. You take charge.
All right, man. So coming in hot with the pre-show, we're starting out with first off, the fact that this match is on the pre-show is crazy to me. But I
Yeah,
mean, everyone's gonna be able to watch it. It's gonna be free on YouTube, so especially during the watch party, I definitely suggest tabbing out and having both of them
yeah,
going on at the same time. You know what I mean? Because that's how we're gonna be watching that at first, and I'm pretty stoked about that. But you got Aussie Open from Ring of Honor, which are the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, defending their belts against MJF and Adam Cole, and this is very interesting, Jose, because
yeah,
if you notice in the main event, it's also MJF and Adam Cole.
yeah,
So I feel like specific just for the tension of the match alone, right? I feel like they should win. Like I feel like it would make it way better if they win because you're gonna have no idea what's going
yeah,
on with the main event.
yeah,
I mean, if they lose and someone's mad, I could see that. But honestly, man, for the sake of I think just the like drama of the pay per view, I think MJF and Adam Cole need to take this, bro. I think they should beat Aussie Open. I mean, Aussie Open seems like they're like kind of getting over with people, but like, man, I don't know, man. I think for the main event match, they're trying to bill it as
yeah,
they literally keep saying it's one of the most important matches in professional wrestling history, which I'm like, okay, guys.
yeah,
But to sell, if we're gonna do that and we're gonna sell that, I think having them as tag team championships and having this like friendship between them built
yeah.
up and really sold is going to be the thing that needs to be done, in my opinion. So yeah, I think just with that alone, you're going to see MJF and Adam Cole at their peak as a friendship
Yeah.
at the beginning of this pay per view. What you got, man?
I am 100% with you. I think they're going to go with, and I'm not, look, like I said, I'm a WWE guy, so I'm going to find a way to tie it in. In WrestleMania 21, Rey Mysterio faced Eddie Guerrero, but they were both the tag team champions. They were both, they both held the belt. They just wanted to see who was a better wrestler. So I think that they're going to go for that approach here towards the end of the night. Obviously, I'm not giving spoilers, but I think something will happen to lead to something, which I will tell you later. But I do think they're going with the approach of having Adam Cole and MJF be tag team champions as they face each other in the main event, which is good. I think they need to do this because if what my prediction is happens, what happens to the belts? You know what I mean? Like it just makes you can expand it to so many different things. So in my opinion, MJF and Adam Cole are also taking the chip.
Yeah, 100%. Because I think, man, when you have all these belts in AEW, because like let's face it, I mean, because this is the Ring of Honor belt, right?
Yeah,
There's a lot of belts going on in AEW, and I think kind of having that being used as like a storytelling device here is like going to really serve the
yeah,
purpose more. Like I don't know. I think
I
for
agree.
the sake of just the story, they need to win. You know what I mean? And it can also help everybody in the long run because at the end of the day, you can have some sort of storyline where Aussie Open wants to get their back or whoever
Yeah,
from Ring of Honor want to have because when you set up a storyline like this where these guys get all the belts,
yeah,
you're so many different people are going to end up benefiting in the long run once like the person loses the belt.
a
So I
thousand
mean, I
percent.
think I think the match is just going to give out in a ton of different ways, and I'm excited. I think it's going to be a sleeper of the night just because MJF and Adam Cole have been killing it lately, man. I
Yeah,
mean, like I said in one of the last videos, like it's so much fun. They know how to work the crowd, and having this be like the start of everything is going to have the crowd really hot once the pay per view
yeah,
starts. And
exactly.
looking at the order, it's just gonna get more interesting moving forward, man.
Yeah,
So
I think
yeah,
you got to learn from even most recently Money in the Bank. The opener of the show is so important to the rest of the night. When LA
yes,
Knight lost the Money in the Bank, and I know I always tied LA Knight always somehow. It just like sunk everything down until the main event because it was Usos and whatever. But is it just dragged everything down? It didn't feel right because you open up with a match like that where everybody has one winner. He loses. Like they need to do the right
yeah.
thing and have MJF and Adam win.
Yeah, when we talk about strong openers, it makes me think about like that golden age of NXT back in the day, like the takeovers in like 2019,
The
bro.
ladder
And
match,
like at the big, yeah, every single time it was like the opening match would get you would just get so excited. You were conditioned to just
yeah,
know it was coming, and I think it's just a really important thing. And that kind of leads me into the next thing because obviously the this match that we just talked about was on the pre-show, which is still technically going to be the first match for the crowd, getting everybody hot. But if we're talking about first match of the pay-per-view, this one's going to be interesting as well because what you have CM Punk versus Samoa Joe 4, is that right? Like,
yeah.
and that's what we're looking at for the real world championship. It's really written with the.
The quotation
That's
marks.
why I say that. Man, this one's interesting because you have this random throwaway like time that they fought in the Owen Hart tournament, and it was kind of like a roll up, weird, fluky finish. But I don't know. The build up's been interesting. This match has had more build up than other matches for the card
which
in the
is
form of
which
like
is it's bad
yeah
because this buildup wasn't even all that. Let me not even talk about
yeah
that GTS to Samoa Joe when CM Punk was
yeah.
dressed up as that weird thing. Like
Which do you feel like that was a subtle nod to the Conquistadors and Edge, like because
it
it was
could be,
Edge's anniversary
it
week
could
that
be.
week?
And you
Uh,
have you heard? Not to
part of
throw it off topic. Have you heard the latest Edge rumor?
the fact that people are thinking that he's gonna show up
So
what in the FTR
let
match
me
is that
I'm breaking some news and I want to hear Chance's reaction. According to
sir?
many sources, Edge told
Many sources.
WWE that there was a bunch of things he wanted in his new contract because the whole thing about Friday was his contract is ending with WWE.
Right.
He wanted a lot of things in his contract and WWE said no. And apparently they are prepared for him to go to AEW. They think he's going to go over there. Yeah.
That's just very interesting, man. Like
They think it's
you
happening.
feel like Edge want not to derail the show for a moment, but let's say this happens, right?
Yeah.
You feel like Edge wants to end his career in WWE,
You would
right?
think. You would
Like
think.
you feel like that's probably what he wants to do. But if you look at maybe what he could do and what certain legends are doing, like RVD showed up and just murdered it in that one match, and he's not even signed, right? Like he just appeared for the company
Yeah.
and got paid right? And that was like on a case by case
Yeah.
basis. So if Edge literally wants to show up to have like one match, because you know the one match it would be him and Christian
Oh
versus the
yeah.
Revival, right? Like obviously,
Yeah.
but yeah, like 100% because those are his boys. But for me, it's like
It's like
I
Cena.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I
I
really don't
yeah.
know. Like, I don't know if I see him showing up. It would be awesome, but I would be so scared for how
Yeah.
they'd handle him because I don't want him to
Yeah.
get hurt doing stupid shit. Because I love AEW, but sometimes like
Yeah.
their ideas are a little crazy, and like Edge is one of those dudes that needs to be handled a very specific way. I
Yeah.
think, and he's awesome. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I mean, guys like Bryan Danielson are killing it in AEW, so like I feel like Edge would be thrown into the upper tier of things. I mean, if he got to just go on this hellaciously awesome retirement run where he like wrestled Kenny Omega and stuff, like I'm all for it. But like, who knows, man?
But
Like,
my thing is
who
like
knows?
the thing is Edge. The reason why I say Edge is a product like Cena. Edge. Okay, so let's take for example when Daniel Bryan went to AEW. Like he was a WWE guy, but he was a Ring of Honor guy before, right? CM
100%,
Punk,
yeah.
Ring of Honor guy before. John
Yes.
Moxley, what was CZW?
ECW, yeah.
Yeah, that was his thing. Who else? I mean, there's a couple. Adam Cole, Ring of Honor. Kyle O'Reilly, Ring of Honor. All the New Japan guys. Edge was not like that. Edge has been WWE since he was a wrestler. So number one, what is his name gonna be? That's what the corner. Like it's not. You should not
Adam
go by.
Copeland.
They should not do Adam Copeland. I feel like that's like so whack. How you go from
Well,
Edge to
here,
like?
well, Christian was able to be Christian even though his name's not Christian,
Well, he's
so
Christian Cage. I don't know if that
Christian
makes it.
Cage.
Yeah. So is it
He's just
Edge the Edge or something?
Edge Cage.
And then his theme song. What are you gonna give his theme song? He's always been WWE. Like I said, I mean Danielson came out to the Valkyrie song, whatever. But
Yeah.
everybody else has had like a tie to a theme song in the past. When RVD came out, he came out to Pantera, and everybody loved it.
I mean, I could see Tony Khan spending the money to get freaking Ridge to get Edge another song though. I mean,
But
he's
yeah,
already
but
got
like
another deal.
when he comes out, you're gonna be like, when the song plays, everybody's gonna be like, who's this? Unless they throw
Yeah.
the Titantron Edge or something, or Copeland, whatever the hell his name is gonna be right away. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not as easy because like like I said, when RVD came out, he came out to Pantera. Everybody knew it was him.
Yeah.
Other people, I think Roderick Strong also was another one. And Christian Cage, when his TNA theme song started playing, they all have something to back them up from the past because Metangelis, whatever that song's called, I think WWE owns it. Tony Khan ain't buying it. I mean, I don't even think he could buy it, honestly. So
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? So unless they make him record him saying "You think you know me" in the beginning, and then add a new song, you know what? That's probably what's gonna happen.
It's gonna be so. Yeah. Like, there's no telling, man. Yeah, I have no idea. Like that, we can. I don't know. We can have that as bonus points for the predictions of if we think Edge is gonna show up or not. I don't. I'm still hesitant to
I don't
even
think he
say
will.
he's going to. Like,
I
I
don't
don't
think
know. Like, I'd have to see that to believe it. But at the same time, there's a lot of potential there if he does go. I mean, think about him and Jeff Hardy. I know I said this
Oh
with
my
Punk, but
God,
him and
yeah.
Jeff Hardy would be so awesome. Just to see that again. I mean, that alone.
Do you think
But yeah,
the
the revival.
Hardys? Here's my prediction. Not a prediction, more of a take. If they do Hardys versus Edge and Christian again,
It
it's
would be
gonna
Hardy's,
be.
Edge, and Christian and Young Bucks.
You think so?
Ladder,
Do you
ladder
think they need a
match.
young? Well, I could see
And
them needing a young, like, uh, tag team to kind of like help them. But if they were straight up to do Edge and Christian versus the Hardys, that's Brothers of Destruction versus DX Part 2 of what happened like a few years ago.
It would, dude. Yeah, that would be it. There's no telling, man. You're right. You're right. That could be interesting. Anyway, I
I'm
think we
sorry.
got wildly off track. But that being said, I don't think it's gonna happen. See.
Me either.
Anyway, I don't think we actually did a prediction.
Oh
For
yeah,
Punk
sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So the first match of the night, right? Real World Championship, where you heard it here first 3 months ago when I said that Punk was gonna come out with a fake world title.
You did.
Uh, I think it's too early into whatever point he's trying to make for him to lose this belt to
Yeah,
Samoa Joe.
I
Obviously,
agree.
Samoa Joe's a very credible opponent, but I think the majority of the fans' reaction to the way Punk barely beat Joe in that third match, it felt like kind of like a just no build. Like it felt like kind of throwaway to do that match when they did it. So I feel like this is going to be them redeeming that match. I think it's going to be a sick match. Yeah, and I'm curious to see how they do the finish, but I think CM Punk wins. I don't know if he cheats. I don't know what he does. There's a lot of different ways they could do the finish, but I think CM Punk walks out that's still the champion.
I
But I think
agree.
it's too early.
I think CM
Yeah.
Punk wins again, and you've hit it right in the head. It's too early to be switching the fake belt to
Yeah.
to Samoa Joe. Like the build-up hasn't been great. Like especially like Punk and Joe, man. Like that's when you think of Ring of Honor, you think of those
Like
two. You think of the OG. You think of that, and the way it's been built up, it's kind of like it's supposed to be Cena Rock level, and right now it's like El Torito versus Hornswoggle level. Like it's just not the same, bro. Like it's just not.
yeah,
Like you should not.
you're
You gotta
right.
build it up,
Yeah.
my guy.
For me, it's one of those things like I feel like they wasted the interaction. You know what I
They
mean?
did.
And it's like, I don't see why. Like, I'm sure people said something, but it's like you hear stories. Like I heard this thing the other day. Like Jeff Hardy had this run-in happen, and he ran out. And he like argued with Tony Khan. Well, not argued, but he like
Yeah.
told Tony Khan backstage like they needed to adjust the timing of the run-ins and stuff because Jeff Hardy didn't want to waste him being in the same ring as CM Punk for the first time in
Yeah.
like a long time or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to make that like a thing, right?
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, I feel like certain moments like that, like that's one of those things. Like CM Punk and Samoa Joe, like the first time they locked eyes in AW should have been like a moment. You know
It
what
should
I
have been
mean? But
trending. I didn't even
yeah,
know.
yeah, it happened so fast. Like no one, like if you weren't watching, you weren't there for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that was kind of the problem. I think that it just happened so fast. And it wasn't like that should have been the paper. Like obviously this is gonna be the pay-per-view match, but like I think it did hurt it that the one match has already happened. But at the same time, here's hoping, man. Like I'm excited to see it. I think it's gonna be a fun match.
Yeah.
And it's gonna keep the momentum going. You know what I mean? And here's hoping that the finish is something cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got two older gentlemen. Samoa Joe looks bigger, and not throwing shots. He just does. But and that's a disadvantage to Punk. If you didn't see the GTS, it was rough. Samoa Joe sold it like crazy, but Punk looked like he was in slow motion. So it was rough. So they gotta nail it. If not, it's just gonna look like Undertaker Goldberg, and you don't want that. So, and they're too
Yeah.
young for that to happen. But I feel like Punk, ever since he's came back, I feel like he's just not like, I don't know, like he's just not. This is, I keep going off topic.
You mean since he's come back since like
Yeah, like he's just not.
the,
And
the,
look, what
the
what
thing?
I have
Like
a
when he first came back, like the Darby match,
yeah
I feel like
yeah
that stuff that was a little different. But
yeah
ever since he's come back the second time,
yeah. Well, here's what I'll say. I have something in 15 minutes, guys. So, but we'll take a quick break at that point, and we'll come back to this because I'm already making this episode hella long. But what I was gonna say is, I feel like, and not to go crazy off topic again, CM Punk needs WWE. If I'm being 100% honest with you, and here's why. Okay, everybody knows WWE is storytelling first, wrestling second, not wrestling first like AEW is. And Punk is at a point of his life where he does not need to be wrestling like crazy. Like, you know what I
yeah, he's
mean?
trying to like, yeah, it's like I feel like we're kind of expecting like the Ring of Honor Punk in a certain capacity.
Yeah.
When it's like it needs to be of like stuff and like we've had like like whenever he was getting his feet wet into wrestling again, we kind of had CM Punk wrestles everybody tour for a
Yeah.
little bit. But like I feel like we need some of the moments to happen, right? Because like
Yeah.
I feel like we've been waiting too long because like we've been trying to get him in there with like all these random
Yeah.
people, and it's like Samoa Joe's really one of the biggest like moments, and they kind of botched it.
Yeah.
But
Like, the thing is, I'm going to be real with you, and I don't care if it's a hot take, it's a take, and I'm sure many people also agree. People don't love Punk for his wrestling, okay? Let's be real. Nobody loves Punk for his wrestling. He's a good wrestler, don't get me wrong, but his thing is who he is. his personality, his mic skills, okay? And he's done his job in AEW. He's been okay. But in WWE, I don't care if they suppress him. Whenever he's on that mic, nobody touches him. This man said one of the most iconic lines to The Rock. He said, "Your arms are too short to box with God." Like, yo, who says that, bro? Like, and yo, like, it's crazy. So, like, I just feel like he's at a point in his life where he's so old that he needs to just focus on the promos. Like, go with, I don't know. That's my take. I love him as a wrestler, but it's who he is as a person that makes him go that makes him this high. That the reason why everybody loves him is because of that. So it's like AEW is not taking advantage of that because they're not storytelling people. They're wrestling people, which is not a bad thing, but it's just a fact. So that's my take. I'm sorry. I keep getting off topic, but it's something that I've been thinking about a little bit.
But yeah, so to recap, we are both going CM Punk
Yeah,
for the real World Championship.
that's right.
Moving right along, we have Swerve Strickland and AR Fox versus Sting and Darby Allin in a coffin match. I mean, this is pretty open and shut, right? And no pun intended with the coffin. Sting and Darby Allin, right? I mean, this is their kind of their match, right? Like this is kind of the match that they do to end their feuds.
I mean, his finisher is literally named the coffin drop.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, if we're progressing this feud, go right ahead. You know, Swerve Strickland, AR Fox do some sort of crazy something. Maybe Satnam Singh will come out and kill everybody.
Yeah,
something random like that. Why not? But no, I think Sting and Darby Allin, man. I think that's what's gonna happen. I think they're just gonna end this feud, coffin match.
Yeah.
Go. You know,
I agree.
Shut case
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't even know who AR Fox is. Like, I've never heard of him.
I'm not even gonna lie, man. Me either. And like, I try to keep up with the product, so it's like that's like the problem with this pay per view.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
And it's like, I'm a massive AEW fan, right? And like, not even trying to shade AEW.
Yeah.
Love what you guys are doing. It's just like, what happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like from like a friend to friend type thing. Like,
Yeah.
what happened? Like,
Look,
are you good?
Do you know what the thing is? I wasn't gonna say much because I know a lot of people are AEW diehards, but I think this Liquid Death has really got me like feeling good right now. AEW, you screwed up, okay? You could have potentially put on one of the greatest shows of all time, and the matches I'm sure are gonna be great, but none of them, besides the main event, have a plot. None of them have a story. Who the hell is AR Fox, and why does he have a spot in Wembley? Why? Who is he? Where's Keith Lee? Put him with Strick. At least they have some freaking history. Who are these people? Like, you could have done something, and you just, like, threw this together. It's literally GM mode. I think you never played GM mode, Chance, but literally, all you do in GM mode is you put people together to get the highest rating. That's all you do. There's nothing crazy involved. You just put people together to get the highest rating. This is what it is. This is a Dave Meltzer, just, I don't even know what to say. It's a Dave Meltzer dream card right here, because I'm sure it's going to be great. But who are these people? Who is AR Fox? Why is he in this card?
That's kind of how I feel, man. And with all the heavy hitters that are on the card, like, there just wasn't any real build. Like,
there's not.
Like, everything we like about these wrestlers just wasn't being tapped into. I mean, there's a lot going on with a lot of the wrestlers, but I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I think we both agreed Sting, Darby, right?
Yeah.
Obvious. Okay. So we got the Stadium Stampede match, which usually delivers on these pay-per-views.
That's true.
It's always a fun one. I do enjoy this. We got John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, formerly WWE Cesaro.
That's right.
And Wheeler Yuta and 3 TBAs. So we don't even know who's on the card, but it's Blackpool Combat Club with 3 TBAs.
Not one, not two, 3 people.
Yeah, so versus Eddie Kingston, Lucha Bros, Orange Cassidy, and Best Friends in the Stadium Stampede. Man, Stadium Stampede's kind of been like getting this reputation of kind of being Blackpool Combat Club's match, but they also lose at it a lot. So I don't know, I just feel like this is the time that we're going to see Blackpool Combat Club kind of show that they're flexing their muscles a little bit. I think that they're going to win. I feel like whoever the 3 TBAs are going to definitely play into whatever happens in the finish of the match, win, lose, or draw for BCC. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see who the surprise entrants are, since we don't know.
Probably all New
And
Japan. That's my
yeah, I mean,
prediction.
it could be New Japan. It could be who knows. Maybe it's Edge, John Cena, and Randy Orton. Like,
Forbidden Door.
right? Like it's Brock Lesnar.
Oh
It's
my
just
God.
all. It's Roman and the Usos.
Yeah. The bloodline reunite.
Yeah, because John Moxley called him in for Shield. You know, it's like I always call him my brother. Yeah, I'm going Blackpool Combat Club though.
I'm also going Blackpool. Like, no disrespect to Eddie Kingston. I love Eddie Kingston. You know, New Yorker. You know, I love how he talks. Like, dude is great. Lucha Bros, they're all cool. But they're just jobbers. I mean, like, okay, not jobbers, but they're gonna lose. Like, it's just when you have a team like that, you're gonna lose. Like, come on, let's be real.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
they
really just an assembled
who
team,
stands?
like,
Yeah, who stands out from that team? Nobody. Okay, like if you would have had like a like a Hangman, or I know he's in another match or whatever, but if you would have had somebody in there that's like, yo, okay,
right.
no, you just have all these people who just like whatever. So
It's just an assembly of good guys. Right?
exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like the Blackpool Combat Club, as they are the only team that actually has a story going
Yeah,
on, are
exactly.
going to be the ones who progress.
They're winning. Yep. So
yeah.
so far we have the same match predictions. So
Yeah. And now we are at the AEW Women's World Championship, and this is a fatal four-way with Hikaru Shida versus Saraya, formerly Paige of WWE, versus Tony Storm versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. I think they're going for the pop, bro. I see Saraya winning.
Wow.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I know it's kind of a hot take, but they added her to the match super last minute, and I feel like it's like Tony Khan being like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just see him late night being like, that's who needs to win. So.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know. That's the vibe I get. It's gonna be Saraya. I feel like something's gonna happen where she might not like. It's gonna be like they're teeing up Britt Baker to win, and then Saraya wins, and obviously the setup is Saraya versus Britt Baker. I don't know. For me, anyway, because Britt Baker is the biggest star in the match. To me, I think Britt Baker is like a very well put together wrestler. And I think that she could just hold the belt forever, and it would be better than some of the stuff we've seen lately.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, I think I don't know. We're at Wembley, right? And they're doing all these promos about Saraya hasn't wrestled in Wembley in like a million years and all this stuff.
That's true.
You know, if this is the match that I end up eating the chip on, so be it. But that's where I'm at. I think they're doing this. They're going for Saraya.
I disagree. Finally, our first disagreement. I see your take and I understand it, but women's wrestling I was about to say TNA, AEW is not at a great point right now. Matches haven't been great. So Saraya or Paige, whatever, she has not done good since she's come back as a wrestler. She's been botchy. Her moves suck. She looks slow. I'm not throwing shots. It's just what we've seen. So because of that, I don't think they're going to give it to her. But I do agree that the way it's going to be set up is Britt Baker about to take the belt, da-da-da-da-da, you know the setup. But instead of Saraya winning, I think Tony Storm takes it. I think Tony Storm is going to win.
That would be awesome.
She's a good wrestler. I think she's from Australia, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
She's around there somewhere. Like, she's not
back.
from here. So, I'm going to look it up right now. Oh, New Zealand. I'm sorry. Okay. Either way. So, still from around that, outside of the U.S. type thing. I think she takes it. I love Toni Storm. I think she's great. And I just personally believe she's going to do it and go from there. So, yeah, that's my pick for that. So, our first difference.
All right. Very interesting. Well, moving right along, you got FTR versus the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Now, originally, going into this, I was thinking the Revival. But due to recent unfolding events, interpersonal and withholding, I don't fully know what happened, so I'm not gonna say anything. But
bang bang,
very interesting real life altercations happening that make me believe that we're probably going to see a Young Bucks Tag Team Championship victory coming up. I I'm hesitant to even know if this match is still gonna happen.
That's
I'm
true.
not. I don't know what's gonna happen there. There's a million different things that I just don't know with this one because of stuff.
Yeah, no, you know what though? I will say without the incident, with or without the incident, I still think the Young Bucks were gonna take it because it's Wembley. You know, they're the founders or whatever they're called. You know, they're gonna give themselves the win, in my opinion. But this situation with it's Cash, it's Dash or Cash.
I think it's that
Whatever
the
his
one
name
that's
is.
not bald.
Yeah, the one that has hair. I was about to say that without the mustache. Him. I think it's Cash Wheeler.
No, I think Cash is the bald guy. Is Dax Harwood.
Wait, now I gotta look it up. Hold on, I gotta look it up. So it's Cash Wheeler and okay, Cash Wheeler. Cash Wheeler is the gun guy. Um,
Oh, okay.
and then yeah, Dash Wilder is. Wait, what? I'm confused. Wait, hold on. Dax Hardwood is Baldy. I was looking at Dash Wilder is his name in TNA. I mean not TNA, W. I'm getting off topic. I'm sorry. But anyways, I think they were gonna lose either way. So I think the Young Bucks are going to take it, setting up the Hardys versus the Young Bucks for the tag team championship.
Which would just be awesome. I mean, they've been doing the matches already, and honestly, I mean, they've all right. Jeff had a moment when they like with AEW when he first got there, and he like botched the Whisper in the Wind, and everyone was like, "Oh man," and it was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
But the match that the Hardys and the Young Bucks had not too long ago was actually pretty freaking good. Yeah, I mean, it held up. You know what I
It
mean?
did.
Like
It
they
did.
got,
I
they
saw
got,
some of
they
it. Yeah.
got through the match. You know what I
They
mean?
did.
So like, I feel like if they're used sparingly, let's just like roll the dice and hope for like a good little retirement
Yeah.
run. You know what I mean? Like that's where I'm at. But I would love to see it.
You want to hear
Like,
my prediction? When's
what
I
is
don't
it?
know when's the next big AW pay per
It'll
view.
be a few months.
Yeah, it's gonna be Fatal 4-Way, TLC tag team match. The Revival. Oh, there goes my alarm. The Revival. The Young Bucks, the Hardys, Edge and Christian.
And Hit Row.
Oh
Uh,
God.
uh,
Top dollar.
Top dollar.
Yo.
Okay.
But yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And Chance has a announcement to make real quick.
I messed the order up. Okay, I skipped a couple. I was trying to get done before your meeting, and I got a little excited. And yeah, so I skipped a couple matches. So we're gonna work backwards,
Yes.
just for a moment, because yes, we started to blow through them for a second. So we talked about Stadium Stampede. We talked about the Fatal 4-Way. In between those two, we have two key matches that I would like to talk about. First off, the match I think is going to be match of the night, one I am most excited for: Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay. Like, bro,
I agree. Yeah.
come on. I am very excited about this match. I personally feel like we're in the UK. It's going to be a Will Ospreay dub. Like, I personally am leaning towards that. I think this is going to be a fun match. I think Will Ospreay is going to go a million miles an hour, and Chris Jericho is going to look like $1,000,000. Yeah, I'm very stoked for this match. What do you think?
I am also with you. There's no way that you have Will Ospreay beat Kenny Omega, right? The other pay per view. I think it was
Right.
Forbidden Door. And then you're gonna have him lose to like 90-year-old Chris Jericho with the slowest elbow finisher I've ever seen in my life. So
When Will Ospreay has like the most murderous elbow finisher.
exactly. So there's just no way. If they make Chris Jericho win this thing, unless it's like, like interference or something, whatever. But I personally think Will Ospreay, the UK,
in another 5 years.
Exactly. So I got Will Ospreay winning. It's just simple. To me, it's a no-brainer. I mean, I don't know. Do other people think Chris Jericho is gonna win? I don't know, but I think it's.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's Will Ospreay. Yeah, and I for real think this is gonna be one of the funnest matches of the night. I think it's gonna be so fun gonna be very insane.
I agree.
Uh, anyway, moving on. So we got the 6 man. Dude, this pay per view has so many tag matches.
It
Like it's
does.
crazy.
Is there only
Like it's so many tag matches.
there's a fatal 4-way. There's Omega
CM Punk
and
and Joe and Chris
yeah.
Jericho and Osprey, and then MJF and Cole are the only singles matches.
Jeez. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So we have Kenny. Moving on, we have Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, and Kota Ibushi of the Golden Elite versus Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Kanusaki Takashita of
Takashita.
I mean, they were also weren't they also calling themselves or Bullet Club Gold or
Bullet
something
Club
like that?
Gold.
So
Yeah.
it's like so literally the Golden Elite versus Bullet Club Gold. The history in this match.
Oh, the gold.
Is kind of intense. If you well, not just that, but the fact that I mean, all these guys have like Bullet Club ties or were part of the story in some capacity at one point or another. So that's kind of neat. I feel like this is just gonna be the Elite winning. You know what I mean? They have Ibushi with them, who's only just coming back. It's Kenny Omega, Hangman. I feel like they're gonna win unless, but I mean, man, the thing about this is that Bullet Club Gold has been one of the cooler parts of like Saturdays and AEW Collision, and I feel like they have a cool thing going. So I don't know, it'd be interesting to see them win. I'd be curious to see where they go from there, but I mean they already lost to CM Punk or whatever, so I don't know.
I am going opposite.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm going opposite.
So you think?
I think
So you
Bullet
think Jay
Club
White?
Gold. Yup. Because here's the thing, I'm a statistics guy, right? And I know wrestling is not statistics, and they never go by, oh, this person has won this many times, so they should lose this time. But you had the Elite Gold, whatever. They won the War Games match. You know, they won that. You know,
Because Bushi came in. They beat Blackpool Combat Club. Yeah.
yeah, you know, so I think that's one. I feel like the Bullet Club Gold hasn't necessarily had like a big dub yet. They had that tag match, the 2 out of 3 against the Revival, which was amazing. I've heard, I haven't seen all of them, but I heard it was amazing, and they lost that. I think a dub for, you know, Bullet Club Gold would be good. It gives them more of a push. It gives them more of like a like this is legit, because right now like they've had good matches, but nothing solidifies them as like an official stable. So I am going with Bullet Club Gold.
You think Jay White pins Kenny? You think it's something crazy? Like,
I think Jay White pins Adam Page.
yeah, I could see that. Yeah, this is one of the harder matches to call for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, I mean, you're making great points. I mean, yeah, because they really do need a big win.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. We'll just have to see.
Shout out to
So I think that was us getting
I was
caught
gonna
up,
say,
right?
yeah.
As far as the things we skipped.
Shout out to Biker Taker behind you, taking a beating by Caleb Clark.
Yeah, my creator wrestler. You know, I decided for the
Aesthetic.
yeah, you know, kind of like a fish tank. My wrestling tank in the background.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
10 podcast. You know, and I have so many fire matches. I figured I'd throw the clips up.
That's
you know.
perfect. I love it. I love it.
You can predict a Caleb Clark win every time.
Not against, you know, Gabe, but you know.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
Oh, you know, let's take it back to AW Fight Forever, you know, who won like 6 matches in a row. You
Who
know.
won the most recent match?
That don't count. Dude, you know, I've heard like so many people have stopped playing that game.
So since since we've been off topic this whole podcast, we might as well mention today that apparently within 24 hours of this moment, so like less than 24 hours, because it got posted at like 8 this morning, the Stadium Stampede mode added to the game.
It's like a battle royale.
Yeah, and so it's getting added. Like if it's not already in the game, it's being added within like the next 12 hours as of recording this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be
check it
interesting.
out.
We should. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, the game is fun. I mean, I haven't played it in a minute though. I gotta get back into it. But yeah,
it's gonna be a learning man, especially because I started playing 2K again whenever they added Bray
Yeah,
Wyatt, and
that's
now it's
true.
like,
Yeah,
oh no.
yeah, that's
It's
true.
like, oh man, I'm gonna be all jacked up. I have to relearn it again. But ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the main
Main
event of the paper,
event. Yep.
which I think this one's gonna be for a lot of marbles, man. You got MJF versus Adam Cole, AEW World Championship. Better than you, and you know it. The tag team everyone's been loving.
You got it
They're
wrong. You
possibly
got it
going
wrong.
into this match.
You got it wrong, sir.
What is that?
It's better than you,
Better than you,
baby.
baby.
There you
That's
go.
right.
Come on, guy.
You
Come
nailed
on.
it. Thanks. Come on. I got to get my life together. You're right. Can't forget Adam Cole, baby.
Baby.
Anyway, with that in mind, man, like, what do you think? Like, I mean, like, this is like all the marbles, right? Like, this is the hot storyline AEW has going on right now, and I feel like there's a million different ways you could go with it, right? We've talked about it in prior episodes of like different theories we have, but now it's like it's time to make the call, right? And I mean, I feel like there's a ton of different things that we're gonna see. People are thinking maybe double turn. People are thinking maybe this, maybe that. I think if I'm putting
Here we
my
go.
dignity on it,
Here we go.
my one chip challenge, you know what I mean? I think we see an MJF title retain.
Wow.
I think he's going to double down. I think he's going to be the heel. I just think it's too soon to do the double turn. I think a lot of people want to see that. I think it could be sick. Uh, but like, where would face MJF go? Um, I guess is really my biggest question, right? And so it's like I don't know what's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a heart wrenching match. I think it's gonna be fantastic. But MJF is the guy right now, and I just don't see him losing this belt. I think they have gotten a spectacular run out of what's been going on. I think they go into it with the tag titles, it'd be awesome or whatever. But yeah, man, I think if we see Adam Cole dethrone MJF, it's going to be a series of matches. You know what I mean? So that's my prediction going into it. What do you think?
All right. So that I was not expecting that. So that makes, ladies and gentlemen, we went from having the same results for like 5 matches in a row to 3 differences now because I am going with my boy Adam Cole,
Ooh.
baby, and here's why I think the double turn is going to happen. We have been seeing teases of CM Punk turning heel, right? We've been seeing it. It's been happening. I think face MJF versus heel Punk is going to happen sooner rather than later. So that's why I think Punk retains, and then they're going to fight for that belt. And then what's going to happen?
CM Punk comes out like that night, like
he comes out that but wait, let me tease you real quick. So we're gonna have that, right? Punk is gonna retain. Then at the end of the night, double turn happens. MJF goes crazy. He cuts a promo, whatever. It's one of those things, kind of like what Brock did to Cody when Cody was still mad at Roman, where MJF is gonna be mad at Adam Cole, but then Punk is gonna come out and he's going to attack MJF, building up to that feud, because then you know what's going to happen? MJF is going to be Punk, and then it's going to be belt versus belt. Freaking Adam Cole versus MJF for the real belt, whatever, unification, and it's going to go from there. So
it definitely has to be World Championship versus real World Championship
yes,
at some point, right?
Yes, and I think it's going to go like that.
Yeah, I definitely agree that it needs to be CM Punk versus MJF, man. Like,
yeah.
I think that's the match to make again. And I think everyone wants to see that again. I think it was objectively the best part of CM Punk's return thus far.
1,000%.
Like, come on, man. That story and that build was phenomenal. And you could argue that maybe that's why some of these other matches feel like afterthoughts, is because they're really playing into some sort of other narrative moving forward. Which, I mean, yeah, if you look at this match card, you're opening the show with the real world title and ending it with the world title, right? So
exactly.
yeah, man, I think you have a banger theory there. I'd love to see that play out. I don't know, maybe I have the Vince McMahon syndrome where I'm just expecting everything.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's a wild theory. Like, that theory could possibly never happen. But I truly, even if it doesn't go that direction, I still think Adam Cole is going to take it. Adam Cole, when he first came in, he had that title match against Hangman. He lost. You know, he had the first title match against MJF. He lost. So it's like Adam Cole needs a W, and I think that this is gonna be it. I think he's gonna take it. He's gonna be the champ, and I think that Roderick Strong is gonna join him again. They've been teasing that whole weird thing. If you saw
That
what
would be
happened like
cool.
2 weeks ago when MJF made fun of Roderick, Adam Cole pushed him. So like, yo, there's some things, yo. Like I'm telling you, I think Adam Cole is gonna turn heel and he's gonna be the champ. And another thing, MJF has been doing a lot of media presses now. Ever since he's turned face, he's been doing interviews. He's been a face on Twitter. Like, I think you just cannot. I mean, I
You're
know
right,
MJF
man.
is like a perfect Joker. Like he's a great heel, but it's like it's kind of way too predictable if he just goes back to a heel. You know what I mean? Like I feel like him as a baby
Yeah.
face could be really good for the company. Think about it. Let's think about it for a second. Like, you know, you have your Kennys, you have your Hangmans, and like everybody loves them. But when you think of foundation of AEW, you're gonna think of MJF. He is the face of AEW, and the top baby face. Like, look how Cody is in WWE right now. Look how Cena was. Look at all those people. You don't have that AEW, and at least in my opinion. So if you establish a
You're
young
right.
guy, a young cocky guy who like the crowd loves in MJF to be a face, it can do you wonders. You can do so many feuds now with him as a face. And I just think that that's the way they're gonna go. At least in my opinion, I may be completely wrong. Maybe he turns heel and whatever, but I think Roderick Strong cost the belt for MJF. He's gonna come out do something, and Adam Cole's gonna win.
Well, man, I am excited to see it. Either way, man, I think we're in for an intense emotional match. Whatever happens, I think this storyline going into it has been a ton of fun. I agree with what you said of all the teases of a possible reformation of some sort of version of Undisputed Era with Adam and Roderick Strong, or you know what I mean. No telling what's gonna happen there.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, I'm very excited about this match. I think AEW has been doing this great, and I think they're kind of building all the whole card around this
yeah,
almost. You know what I mean? With I mean, both of MJF and Adam Cole are both doing double duty. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's gonna be interesting, um, and I'm excited to see how it all goes. Absolutely gonna be stoked to do the watch party and all that good stuff.
I'm excited for you, man.
Yeah, man. I'm glad that we have some different predictions.
We
We'll
do
see if I
because
have
we
to
had one different one.
jack up two chips or something like.
Yeah. No, we had two different. You said Drew winning against Gunther, and you said
That's what took me out.
the women's. You said Oscar was retaining. So those were
Yeah.
two different ones. Here we have three very different ones. So basically, to recap the whole match card before we let you guys go, with MJF and Adam Cole versus Aussie Open, whoever they are. I don't even know who they are. We both have MJF and Adam Cole winning. For Punk and Joe, we both have Punk winning. For Strickland and Fox versus Sting and Darby, we both have Sting and Darby winning. For Moxley, Claudio, Yuta, and the three to be announced versus Eddie Kingston and the rest of them, we have the what are they called? BCC. Um,
Cool Combat Club, yes
yeah,
sir.
that's right. We have them winning. Then for Jericho Osprey, we both have Osprey winning. For Bullet Club Gold and for the Elite Gold, I have Bullet Club Gold winning. Chance has the Elite Gold winning. For the Fatal 4-Way Women's Championship match, Chance has Saraya winning. I have Tony Storm winning. For FTR versus Young Bucks, we both have the Young Bucks winning. And then for the main event, I have MJF losing. No, I have Adam Cole winning, and Chance has MJF
Yes.
winning. So that is our predictions, ladies and gentlemen. We will figure out what we do.
Very interesting time.
Yes, yes, and we're gonna see a lot. You know, I really hope they live up to, it being the one of the biggest events ever. They got to do some stuff, and I do give credit. AEW when it comes to leaving pay-per-views with a bang, they do. They do a great job with that.
Yeah.
AEW WWE's
Yeah.
kind of sucked at it recently, but I think that yeah. So that's my opinion. So What you got,
I mean,
Chance?
hey man, yeah, they have absolutely fantastic showings with pay-per-views for the most part. There's always a big energy. The
Yeah.
crowd's always excited. And hey man, credit where credit is due. This is a professional wrestling company that is not WWE in the year 2023, selling 80 something thousand tickets
Yeah.
in the
A
UK.
1000%.
It's a big deal. You know, they're calling it All In again because it's kind of like they're all in, branching to a new country. So, you know, this is going to be the beginning of an international presence for AEW moving forward. We could see a
Yep.
lot with that. You know, and it is an exciting time to be a professional wrestling fan, man, regardless of what you're watching, what you're a fan of, because with the Edge rumors, there's all sorts of crazy shit there. I mean, with all the drama with CM Punk in real life, throwing shots at the Elite, you never know what's gonna happen. Like, will we see? Will CM Punk still be in the company? Who knows? Uh,
Yeah.
anything could happen. You know, it's all going down this Sunday, the day before my birthday. You know, it's gonna be a blast, man. I cannot wait.
Yes. Yes. And I'm really excited for Chance. He's going to be taking it over, and he's going to be knocking it out. I'm going to be in the chat with my guy, and he's going to be just having a great time, man. And we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm still trying to figure out if we're going to do one for Payback. Payback is coming up, actually, really soon. So we got to figure that out. And yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up, ladies and gentlemen. And, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then we'll react to this card next week and talk about things that have happened. I'm thinking, Chance, and maybe you'll agree, what if we record on Thursday so we can see what happens on Dynamite Wednesday? Or do you want to do it before Dynamite?
No, we can do that because then if anything crazy happens on Raw, we can catch that too. And
That's
then
true.
if anything, because I feel like it'll be like I feel like we're gonna kind of go in this little phase where it's gonna be like AEW then WWE for a little bit because
Yeah.
that's just what the news cycle is gonna be producing. You know,
Yeah.
and so I think we'll definitely be reacting to the fallout of All In, whatever that is, and God forbid maybe the fallout of the All In press conference. And we're gonna have a great time, and yeah, then we'll probably shift our attention to WWE as they build towards Payback.
That's
You know,
right.
the Chamber Pod, you know. I'm definitely gonna have some Skyrim coming up in the next couple of days. There's a bit of a hassle with our Adobe Premiere subscriptions,
Stupid.
and I might have been able to secure myself some more
Yeah.
Premiere.
Chance is
And
the GOAT.
other than
That's
that,
all I gotta say. In terms of securing Premiere and all that.
trying to be.
And shout out to my lovely, horrible Wi-Fi. That's been such a stupid thing that we've been dealing with, but we will get that figured out eventually. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it for this episode. You have tuned in to episode 4 of the Chamber Pod. Yeah, and we are here
Yeah.
for you guys. We're gonna talk wrestling all the time, and if it's not all the time, we are dead. And that's a nice motto right
And if
there.
it's not, and if yes, and if it's not all the time, and we're still alive, then maybe it's just like the past week, and we just had some stuff
It's
going
my
on. But we'll
Wi-Fi.
talk about it some of the time. Most of the time off.
Yeah, that's our new
100%
saying right there.
6 of the time.
If we're not talking wrestling all the time, it's because we're dead. Yo, I'm making a T-shirt. That's
right
it.
Now.
Right now,
Link
making
in
it
the
right now.
description.
That's right. Buy our merch. Hades Clothing Co.
Sponsored by Liquid Death or something.
Sponsored by Top Dollar.
By Top Dollar.
Top Dollar. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in once again, and thank you for being a subscriber. We're up to 41. Thank you, everybody. For
41 top dollars.
41 top dollars. Yo, you know what? That's gonna be our subscriber names. It's gonna be 40 the top dollars. So thank you, top dollars, for joining.
Appreciate it, top dollars.
That's right. All right, guys. Love you guys, and we will see you very soon.